Hi. Okay, so I was gonna do a live tonight when I was making my pizza, but I forgot I've got a baby shower and I have things that I have to be doing. So I want to show really quick our pizza, and then I'm going to show you a couple of tips that I've actually never shown you guys before. We love to put on a big pizza party. Say hello when you can see me and everything. We like to put on big pizza party and parties and have lots and lots of friends over. But if you guys have ever hosted a pizza party, you know what I'm talking about when you feel like you're stuck to the oven because you're just like, sorry, your pizzas will cook fast, but sometimes you'll just feel like you're stuck at the oven and you're making all these pizzas over and over and over again. It takes a minute. So this is the trick I'm going to be showing you when you're actually making for a party. So I've already made some of our dough, and I'm just gonna show you our basic pizza dough. Good morning, everybody. Our basic pizza dough. We have two pizza doughs. The basic one is literally, you can make it and it takes 5 minutes or less, and you can bake it off right away. You don't have to let it rise. But we have a Tuscany one that you have to let rise for a minute. But this is the trick I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna show toppings or any of that today. I'll explain to you about the toppings. But really today, I'm just gonna show you how to make the dough, tell you what the dough should look like, and then I'm gonna show you how you bake this off for a party, and your pizza will go way faster. So I will explain this in a couple of minutes, okay? This will be explained. So I'm gonna show you how to make the basic pizza dough. I've been letting this one rise. If you want it to rise, you definitely can. It's just that you don't have to. This is not a pizza dough that has to be risen, But I've been letting this one rise for a minute. Okay, so let me grab, I'm gonna do a glass bowl really fast so that you can see it. Now, a couple of you have asked me, do I have to do this? I have to make my bread on a breadboard like you? No, you don't have to do that. Marble is great, granite is great. I'm just saying it can be colder, so I like to do it on my cutting board, but that's just me. It's not like you have to do that. I'm just saying that, I don't know, it's cold. You know what I mean? Ask any questions along the way. Okay, so your yeast again, this is 1 cup of warm water. Now just make sure to test it again. I love to test it on my wrist. It's the perfect way to test your water, like a baby bottle, a baby's bath. Not too hot, but not too cold for me. Then you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of yeast, okay? Then you take, I thought I had my spoon. You're just kind of gonna fold it in. Now this one isn't asking for sugar, so that's okay. You just kind of want to just mix it like a fold in. You don't want to go crazy and stir it. Then once again, I take a plate to trap the heat. So we're going to give that just a couple of minutes and we'll start on our other stuff. Will it not turn out great if it's rolled out on a cold stone? No. I guess I shouldn't have even said it. No, it's going to work out great. I was just saying that, I don't know. I mean, not that granite's not great, but I'm in a rental, whatever, so it's great. But I'm so used to my mom's butcher block. And I think that, I don't know, I just love working on wood because it's so warm, but you don't have to. You don't have to. So I'm sorry if I said that and I'm confusing. And I'm kind of just doing it on this breadboard right now because this breadboard that I have kind of has a lip on it. So I feel like it's sitting up a little bit so that I can show this on here. Anyways, the yeast brand was Red Star. Yes, it is Red Star. This is an active dry yeast. I had questions after our live yesterday and said, is this a fast, I can't think of the word now. A fast one? No, it's not. It's just a normal yeast, and I love it, and it's a very good price. Double bag it, put it in your freezer. It will last up to 2 years, And no, it never takes the taste of the freezer, and it will never, you don't have to wait for it to unthaw. That was a very good question that somebody asked me. You just literally take it straight out of the freezer and use it. You don't have to wait for it, okay? So let's get going, and then I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do for a crowd pizza party, and this is gonna save your life, okay? Instant yeast will work the same though, right? Yes, you can use it. You can totally use it. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. The instant yeast. This just isn't. The one that I use is not. It's not. But any of it can work. Whatever you have, use it. Okay, so we have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Your olive oil, you guys, there are certain things in your kitchen that you need to have quality of. Olive oil, 100%. It's going to change the flavor of everything that you make. Our salt is going to change the flavor. Our tomatoes, when I show you Italian food. Yes, I'm looking for rapid. Thank you. I can't think. I'm tired. I have a baby and I'm tired. Sorry. Rapid. I was like, instant, rapid. Yes, you're right. So all of those things are going to change it. Let me get out of my pantry because I forgot to get this. There are many different olive oils that we end up loving. This one is from Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's and their stuff. This 100% Kalamata olive from Trader Joe's is amazing, amazing. I'm loving this, and this is a very good price. If you want even nicer, I think I posted it on my page, but I'll have to show it again. My mom has some other ones that she likes to buy online that she loves, but this one from Trader Joe's is great. Okay, use your same, after you put your olive oil in, use the same one to put your honey, because your honey is gonna come straight out when you use it. So we have 1 tablespoon of honey. I wish you could really see this. You have 1 tablespoon of honey, and then you're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of our salt, okay? Now, once again, this recipe is saying that it calls for 3 to 4 cups of flour. You're never going to add the full amount, right? Like I told you yesterday, you want to ease in the flour because weather, different flours, all of that. So never add the full amount, okay? Can you say that question again? Did I understand you right? Okay, now this is how we measure our cup. What I want to show you really fast. Some of you take a knife and you kind of like cut off the top. The way we measure our cups and for our recipes and that is you kind of just give it like a shift. Just kind of like shift it till it looks like it's at the top and it's level. So I'm going to add 2 cups and I'm going to see where we get from there. I'm not even going to add the 3 cups because, yeah, you could. Yeah, you could substitute the honey. I think that would be fine. Yes. DM me later and I'll ask the food nanny because I've never done that. But I think that you could. I think you could. I've just never done it. Okay, so now look at our yeast, okay? It's not going as crazy as the one yesterday. It's not foaming like crazy, but this doesn't have any sugar in it. So you can see that the yeast is starting to go. Like I said, if you don't see that with your yeast, dump it. Dump it, get rid of it, and start over because it's gonna waste your time, okay? And your dough, you're gonna be like, why is my dough so hard? And why does it feel so dense? You don't want any of your breads to feel like that. So when your bread is done, when your dough is done, when it starts coming away from the bowl. So obviously with these 2 cups, this isn't enough, okay? I'm making a mess trying to show you. So I'm just gonna slowly keep adding in the flour. Not a whole nother cup. I'm just gonna slowly start adding some more because like I said, you can always add, but you can't take away. I read in the book that I'm supposed to spoon the flour into the measuring cup. Do you do that? No, I don't. What I do is I just take my measuring cup. These are our favorite measuring cups, by the way. Orson Gigi has them in Utah. They're just these really great metal ones. I just take the cup in, my flour, and then I just shift it like that. Does that make sense? I just do it with that. I love having our flour. If you can kind of see, I've got some things out on my counter. I guess I'll show you in a minute. But these jars save my life. You can get these at Walmart, Target. They're dirt cheap. Everybody in my family, we keep them on our counter and kind of put it like, we have like a little baking station on our counter. We've got our KitchenAid out, we have our sugar out, our chocolate chips, and of course our flour, things that we're using all day, every day. These are super cheap, and I love them. I love them, and I love to keep the flour and everything out of them because I'm baking all the time. Just bought the books last night. So excited to use them alongside with you and your mom. Yay! You're going to love them. Nobody will regret them. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Okay, so let's get back to the flour. To our pizza. So see, I didn't add another full cup, and guess what? It didn't need it. I'm so glad I didn't. I would go on the light version every time. So this took probably 2.5 cups. And that's not the full recipe. And like I said, some days you will. Some days, weather, whatever, it's just different all the time. You want it just to be playable. So it was coming away from the sides. So now we're done. And you're just gonna take a lightly floured surface. I guess I need to get a little more flour. Like I said, you guys don't have to do this. Sometimes I do this on a breadboard, sometimes I don't. The granite is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, do you post videos on Facebook or anywhere after? I try to save these and I try to put them on my Facebook, and then I'm trying to put them also on my YouTube. But I know that I've shown the pizza. I almost have showed it every Friday night. We just started our social media back up in October, and I've been doing pizza almost every Friday night. So I know for our old followers, they're like, you've done this every Friday night, but I like to interact with you guys and I want you to ask your questions. I just feel like it's more personable. So I feel like I'm gonna do a live every Friday and either show you pizza or a bread. And like I said today with the pizza, this is a whole new tip that I've never shown before, how I will do it sometimes for a party. Okay, so this is done. This doesn't need to let rise. This doesn't need to do anything. So we like a thin crust pizza, okay? So I've already had some done because I did, so I'm gonna take this one first. I'm just gonna cover this. But you don't have to let this one rise. You can literally use it right away. IKEA sells giant wood boards that would work great for this. Yes, they do. I actually have a cutting board from IKEA and I love it. I love it. So good job. I actually do have one and I wanted to tell you guys the ones that I love. Okay, so we like a thin crust and you're gonna see how thin I'm going to roll this out. You won't believe how much it actually comes up, but I like a thin crust. You don't have to do it. You can do it on a pizza pan. Where did I put, I have a pizza pan. But you guys, I haven't used a pizza pan in like 10 years. I don't use it. I love a thin crust. So that means that I have a pizza stone and you have to get a pizza paddle. I would at least get 2 pizza paddles because you need one to prepare your pizza on and you need one to take it off. You can get the pizza paddles anywhere. Like I said, a kitchen outlet store. I know I say Orson Gigi a lot, but I'm from Utah and all of my family is from Utah. So if you don't, I just bought these ones that are from Orson Gigi. They are more expensive, but do you see how thin this is? This is a pre-treated one. I always say it wrong, Epicurean. I think it's called Epicurean. That's the name on it. And it is a wood, but it's a different wood. This is going to last me the rest of my life. It's pre-treated. It's never going to split in half. This one I have had for probably 10 years. just your basic wood one, but sometimes they will split. These can't go in the dishwasher. These will break, but I still love them. It doesn't matter, but this new one that I have, do you see how thin? It's crazy, the difference. I mean, I guess you gotta see it in person because it really is crazy. But these are, like I said, pre-treated. They'll never grow anything on the wood. These can actually go in the dishwasher. So I really like these. But anything works. Cheap to expensive, it's going to work. Same with your pizza stone. I have 2 different pizza stones. I have a clay one that I just bought that I've explained. They all work. They're all really great. I guess there's so many questions that are going on. So let me try to answer really fast. Actually going to the store in a few minutes with the yeast on my list. I'm trying to get on the courage to make the pizza dough. Don't be afraid. Get the courage. Believe me. This is easy. Did you not just see me whip up the dough in less than 5 minutes? You're not going to believe it. You're going to have insane homemade pizza for your family that actually is pretty inexpensive. The dough costs nothing. Basically, it's your toppings. And sometimes when I'm doing a big pizza party, I can spend a lot of money on toppings, but you don't have to. And I'm going to tell you my favorite ones too. Can you do a thicker crust on your pizza stone? Yes, I would just be careful on how much topping you put, because if you do it too thick, like I will show you this, okay? I'm gonna show you how thick it comes out. I rolled this out paper thin, and this isn't paper thin, but you can do it as big as you want. I mean, as thick as you want. I just saw a peel at Bed Bath & Beyond. Yep, they have them too. Everywhere has them. A dough makes 2 crusts, right? Or does it make only 1? If it does make 1, can you double the recipe and then make 2, or do I make 2 batches? Okay, with the one dough that I just made, I make 3. I make 3 thin pizza crusts, and I'm not kidding, they're not super thin, so I'm gonna show you, but you can make it to whatever you want. You can make it 1 big pizza, you can make it 2, you can make it 3, but I make it 3. And most of my family does. We take our dough scraper, like I showed yesterday, I divide it into 3, and it's perfect. It's the perfect crust, I'm telling you. But you can double it and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how thin I roll it out. My other favorite thing is this French rolling pin that I've talked about many times. I love this thing because it doesn't have, there's some wood ones that have like the spindles that get, the junk stuck on the sides of it. I love this. I love how clean it is. This was at my kitchen outlet store, at the Denver kitchen outlet, and this is actually at Orson Gigi too. But you can get these other places too. I love this rolling pin for everything. I'm sure you've already said this. Don't you have 2 different pizza crusts? Yes, we do. This is the basic. The other one is a Tuscany one. It's very authentic. The Tuscany pizza crust literally came from somebody in Italy that my mom spoke to, and he shared his recipe. It's a true authentic. It does call for beer. We don't drink alcohol, but we do have some recipes that call for it, but you don't have to do it. The liquor evaporates and it actually goes out, so you don't need to worry about it. But yeah, and you use any kind of liquor. I don't know the difference on taste, so I just buy whatever is cheap at my grocery store. It's $1. It's like $1.25 for a big can. And I can make like 3 batches of pizza with it. So it's inexpensive. And I do think that the beer does make it crustier, like to the crust, but you don't have to do it. And you can use just all water, or you could use Old Duels, anything. Okay, so I'm going to roll this paper thin. Now my favorite pizza, and everybody's favorite, is the Arugula Pizza. It's to die for, and it's so healthy for you. Very healthy and super good. So that is my favorite. But I'm just gonna show you, I showed you how to make the dough, and then like I said, I'm gonna show you how to do the crust for a party. So I'm just gonna roll it thin. As thin as I want it, do as thick as you like. It doesn't matter, okay? Now this is the trick. If you do not move kind of fast with your pizzas, what's gonna happen? They're going to continue rising and they're going to expand and they're going to stick on whatever surface they're on. So you have to move fast, okay? So with that said, on your pizza paddle, you want just a little bit, a dusting of flour like this, because if you put too much of any of it, when you take it off of your peel, it's all going to stick on your stone. And then when you take off your first pizza, your whole oven, I've done this many times, is going to start smoking like crazy because the rest of your flour and a little bit of your white cornmeal is sticking on your stone and it's going to cook. So if that happens, get a plate and get like what am I saying? I can't think of my words right now. Your cookie spatula, and scrape it off on a plate and dump it because you don't want to put another pizza on it. It's going to make it disgusting. So you just want a dusting. I've had too many times where I've overdone it. Now we like to do it with white cornmeal. A dusting, like little. With your flour, this is going to help your pizza to not stick and go off onto the stone, okay? So, this is how I'm going to show you. Oh no, what are we saying? Can you use non-alcoholic beer? Do you recommend regular? Yes, you can use non-alcoholic, but I recommend the regular because it cooks out and I really do feel like it gives a really good taste. Just like our artisan beer bread, that's unbelievable. You have to do the beer on that one. Our artisan beer bread is one of the best breads ever, and you just have to do it. It cooks out. And so I would. Doing this the other night and my pizza stone broke. It did? That's never happened to me. That's crazy. I would take it back. I would take it back wherever you bought it. That's crazy. That's never happened to me, ever. Okay, so when you're preparing your pizza, you want to go like this, like once you start putting the sauce and everything. So this is what I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I'm not doing toppings right now. I'm going to show you how you're going to prepare this for a party, okay? So, what was I going to say? Your pizza stone needs to be in your oven getting hot for at least 30 minutes before you use it. I don't have a pizza oven like my sister does in her amazing house, but you don't have to have one. You just need your oven as hot as it can get. My oven will go to 550 degrees. So whatever your degree your oven will go to, put it to that and put your stone in there for at least 30 minutes because your pizza's gonna go a ton faster and you want it to be getting super hot, okay? So let's move on. I was sad. Take your pizza stone back. Sorry, okay. So this is what we're gonna do. So if I'm preparing this, like I said, for a party, the thing that takes the longest when you're doing a party is you're like, okay, here's one pizza, and then you're trying to feed everybody, and then you're like, okay, here's two pizzas, you know. So this is why when you cook it just a little bit, it's going to give you, it's gonna take less time. So we're gonna bake it for 30 seconds on each side. And I'm hoping that I can show this, and my oven is not perfectly clean. Okay, now to get this stone off, you're gonna start in the back and you're just gonna start sliding it off like this. Super easy, right? So wait till you see how much this crust comes up. So we're gonna give it 30 seconds on each side. I'm gonna flip it and then we're gonna take it out and I'm gonna stack it with my, you can use wax paper or you can do parchment paper, either one. So I'm gonna take another one of my parchment paper and I'm gonna stick it out. So guess what? If I was doing a massive pizza party tonight, this is what I would be doing right now, and then I would just leave it out on the counter. But this is my other tip. You can bake all of this, put each one individually in like a big gallon. Okay, we gotta watch this. That's been like 30 seconds. So let me show you this again. So now I would just go like this. Just kind of take it with like some tongs, and I'm gonna flip it. Did you see that? So we're just flipping it, giving it about 30 seconds. Do you always put on the lowest rack? Yes, I am so glad you asked that. Yes, yes, because it's just going to bake it faster, and it's the best. Always on the lowest rack, always on the lowest rack. Okay, so what I was saying is that you can also do this. You can freeze anything and everything, and it's good. So you would individually put this in a Ziploc baggie, and then I would stick it in my freezer. And guess what? When you know it's then pizza night that night, pull them out and leave them out on your counter, and then just bake it off as normal. You're going to completely bake this off as normal. So it's been about 30 seconds each one. So now I'm gonna put, this is so hard when you're a one-man show. Now I'm just gonna put it on top, and look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So this is a tip that I've never shown you before. So we'll come back over here. Anyways, so like I said, I hope you guys thought that was interesting. I think it's an amazing tip. And like I said, so we've cooked it. I probably overcooked this one a little, but you would just leave it out. And then if you wanted to bake it for tonight, you would just, you then just bake it as normal. Put your sauce, put your toppings, put everything on it, and you're ready to go. But you have to stack it with at least parchment paper or wax paper. You have to stack it like that. I think parchment is the best, especially if you're gonna stack it hot. Parchment is the best. But you can stack, look, you can stack as many as you want. And then if you don't use all your pizzas for that night, stick it in a Ziploc baggie and stick it in your freezer. But my favorite pizza, and my favorite pizza out of everybody's, of my mom's, is the Arugula Pizza. And it is an olive oil is your sauce. You just drizzle olive oil. You put fresh mozzarella cheese. You bake it. Then when it comes out, you stack it with arugula, the salad, the lettuce, arugula on top of it. You put cherry tomatoes that you've cut up. Drizzle with more olive oil and salt and pepper. It's to die for. But some of you asked me this. If you want the best thing ever, I will take a picture of this. This is the Napa Valley Balsamic dressing. You get this in Whole Foods. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. We can't live without this. Like, you are very welcome, because this is to die for. My sister drizzled this on top of her pizza, her Arugula Pizza last week, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I use this on our sandwiches. A turkey sandwich, it's gonna upgrade 1,000,000%. This is the best balsamic, I'm not kidding. You literally guzzle it. You can put it on everything and anything. So a lot of you wanted to know about that. I love this balsamic, okay? You can also get it at where? Vita Cost. What's Vita Cost? You've seen it, you need to get this. Okay, what are the questions? I'm sorry. 30 seconds each side. Yes, 30 seconds each side. Flip it over each side. How long do you cook it once you put the toppings and sauce on it? It just depends on your oven. But this is gonna cook it way faster. I would say that your pizzas will then cook in like 5-6 minutes tops. If you've got your oven hot and you've got your baking, your pizza stone hot, it's gonna go fast. It's gonna go really fast. How long does it cook once you, like 5-6 minutes. We put on a cooling rack. When it cools, we put it in 2-gallon Ziploc baggies and freeze. Yeah, there you go. We do the same. That's amazing. That's amazing. We do it too. We do that exactly too. Online, Vita Cost. I've never heard of that. Vita Cost. Maybe I have. That's amazing. Okay, it's the best balsamic. Anyways, I always lose track of time. How long have we been going? I don't know. I will stop. But I hope you learned this tip. I feel like I need to head to Orson Gigi and buy all the things. Yeah, I know. We're not even like getting anything for telling you to go there. We just like their stuff. They're a great store. So yeah, go and get all the things there and stock up. But this is perfect idea. And I just wanted you guys to know it. I've never showed it. But I will be doing pizzas, you guys, probably every Friday night. If not, I will be showing you a bread every Friday too. But I'm so thankful you're following. And don't forget that your family is worth it. And it's worth it to cook for them. And I just hope that I am getting you excited. And I hope that if you haven't made our pizza, you try it out because you won't believe how easy and yummy it is. You're going to love it. So if you don't have any of the recipes, you would love to see the thick crust too. Okay, I could show that too, but I never do it. I never do thick crust. But thick crust is great. You can do it. You can do it. Anyways, thanks you so much. Thank you guys. Have a great Friday. And ask me anything you need. I hope you have a good day. Talk to you later.